Hello, everybody! Today for Creative Creatures, we're going to see how I draw an orangutank. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description, and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I love when that works. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, orangutank. So the idea is, creative creatures. That's what it is. We're just drawing creative things. And so I'm trying to make a... Well, you see it. You saw what I came up with. And so its feet just happen to look like a tank. And that's the whole idea. That's where the orangutank looks like. Or tank treads. It's not necessarily a tank, but it's just got that look. And so I'm just kind of trying to create, different monsters, creatures, just something different. Okay. And so in doing so, that means, we got to come up with something crazy. We got to try to come up with something that doesn't exist and make it appealing or horrific, just something to make it different. So I just kind of thought the idea of, an orangutan, but it's got these weird tank legs. It's just kind of strange and curious. Plus it'll let us draw hair, just the big old sappy hanging down, crazy hair. And also I just love the way an orangutan looks, like these ones that got the big old cheek sacks, it's just such a crazy look that it's just bizarre to me, so it's like, let's do something like that, something very, very strange and weird. But again, that's kind of the whole idea, is we want to draw strange and weird, so make it as stranger and weirder as possible. And even this, the tread legs, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what exactly that means or how that's possible. But that's the whole point. We want to draw crazy stuff and just see where it goes. Like it doesn't make any sense. It's not at all. It's almost a physical impossibility. But we're also the fact that we're drawing otherworldly, almost like impossible creatures that, who knows why it's like this. Alright, I think that's good. I think I'm just going to stick with this sketch and just jump off of here, because the sketch worked out, so there's not too much I need to erase. Let me try to hit it with the eraser real quick, just a little bit, and I don't think I need to, though, Maybe I should put some detail on the face, but again, the sketch came out pretty good that I think I can fake it. I think I can jump in. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I can't speak though. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but depends a little finer than the fine point. You can find things that a fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of it, but I left enough to guide me on this Sharpie adventure. So let's start straight in with the face and build our way out, okay? So I'm going to draw the fangs, because they look like they're in front the most, and then we're going to go from there. So I'm going to draw this one out first, like this. And then I'm going to draw like a little bit of teeth. And then this one is kind of behind from the way they're kind of spaced out, so this one's going to be like that. Okay, and that'll kind of help us with what's in front and what's behind. So that means he's kind of snarling his mouth. So I'm going to draw an open jaw like that, coming down to an open mouth here. And that means because this is coming down, same way, it's coming back there, but the other bottom fangs are going to be kind of in the way too, so I need to draw those first. So same thing, let's draw this one, and then I'll draw the other teeth. Like that. Alright. How's yours coming out? Awesome. I'm going to define these teeth a little bit more, make them a little thicker. Like that. And then there's more teeth back here like this, kind of going off to the back of his head. And then these are going to disappear behind the lips. So now that I have that, let's draw those edges. Okay. Come back up here to this. And now I can draw this row of teeth back behind. Like that. Which is going to the inside of his mouth. And that's where everything is gonna, get all crazy back there. So I think that's all I want to do for the inside of his face. Well, let's draw like some hairs. And then again, once we add color, it's going to define a lot more. But this will kind of help us with some of the look and feel of this crazy old orangutan. And that's kind of the idea behind this too, is I wanted to be able to draw some hair, draw some fun stuff, because that's it's such a fun thing to draw. But a lot of times we're not drawing all the hairs, we're just drawing certain parts. Alright, so he's got a little nose that's kind of stuck inside here like that. And the way his jawline is, it kind of is raised up like this. Okay? So that means I can draw some eyes. Again, because his mouth is open, it kind of changes the position of everything. So I'm kind of having to limit everything else from the way he's being positioned by this screaming kind of look. All right, awesome. Okay, so now I'm gonna switch over to the big Sharpie because that's all the fine detail I want to do, and I want to draw that big old cheeky jowl thing that he's got. So I'm gonna kind of close off some of his hair and then start drawing the big old flared out cheeks. So something like this, and it's gonna go into like his chest. Now again, because we're making this up, we get to do whatever we want. So I'm gonna decide to draw like some strange pectoral things, right? Covered by some hair, some little wisps. Come up like that. And let's go ahead and draw some edges here. Just a little bit of so you can see that there's, a little bit more to it. And that he's very distinguished character. But like I said, it's more of just to define some edges, making things stand out. So like now that I kind of lean back and look, it's like, oh, that mouth doesn't really stand out. I'm going to thicken these edges up just a little bit. If you're working with pencil, you don't have to do this. I'm just showing you some inking techniques to make certain parts stand out, Subtlety versus screaming at you. That's kind of the whole idea, And I've said it before, Sharpies are not subtle. They scream at you. So I think that's good for the face, so let's build his arms. He's kind of screaming. I got his hair kind of flowing back a little bit, so just gonna kind of flow it out like this down to his body, right? Because he's kind of a big old screaming guy. This arm is up. They're both up, really. And so what I wanted to do is like that, is like define a few edges and then, you know, play around with some hairlines. Now I said we're not going to draw all the hairlines, but I want to draw some and draw some flowing locks, you know, just because we can. And because he's a very furry beast, we're going to kind of play around with fur lines. Okay. All right, so let's see. So this arm is going to be up. Let's go ahead and raise that one up first. Let's do, just to define an edge, you know, to define where we are. And I'm going to do this one like this. All right, so wait. Let's draw the knuckles. So I'm going to draw like a knuckle up like this. And that'll define the edge of the hand. We'll say a finger is up like that. This one's like this. But again, with the fur, we're kind of hiding a few things. So, see, we're playing around with hairlines, basically is what I like doing. The trick is to stop. Because, yeah, I want to draw them all, and that's kind of a problem. Because also, the other thing is, you know, I want color to take care of some of this too. I don't want to just draw all the lines myself with a black Sharpie. I mean, again, I do, but I think it will look much better if we leave it subtle like that and do more with color. Alright, I say that, then I keep drawing lines. I know. Alright, so let's do this one over here. And this one we're going to do it more of a grasping claw, like he's fighting, you know? So I'm going to do like I did over here, where I'm going to start at the top, where I know where it's coming from. That way I can draw like that, like the edge lines. Like it's more what's in front kind of situation. Okay. And again, I'm kind of stopping too, because I see where I want to add subtlety. And I'm taking advantage of it's planned out, you know? Alright, so let's draw that hand, then we'll continue underneath like that. So this it's going to be kind of like this, where he's very, very screaming and coming at you. So I'm going to draw the thumb back into the hand, and then the fingers are just going to be kind of like a scrunched up round like this. So, and again, the nice thing is we're making this up, so you know, it can be as crazy as you want. There you go. So see, it's kind of all wacky, but that's all right, because we're gonna play around with a little bit. So you know, some little finger lines just to define some crazy edges. Because we got there's a lot of creases in your hand right there. So I tend to do too much, but just because it's so much fun, you know? So something like that, you know, just have a little bit of finger fun, just kind of going crazy with it, because he's a big old orangutank. All right, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to play with more of the hair down here. Now I know where it's going to be. I know the thickness, so I'm just going to play around with. Then let's add some fun. You know? And we're going to say it's coming down into his body like that. And so now that I've done those lines, again, I can complement them with some thinner ones. But not draw all of them. I got to remember that, because that's what I told you at the beginning. The trick is to try to know how to stop. All right. All right. Here we go. Okay, so for his chest, this is where we're gonna get weird, because we got to do the treads. So I'm gonna do like some kind of weird peck, kind of like I don't know. I'm building on the fact that we're about to do some kind of weird tread thing. So I'm gonna allow that he's got some strangeness in him, you know? Because that's where it's not an orangutan anymore. It's now like this weird tread type kind of front, you know? Basically, I'm kind of covering up for the fact that why on just his legs, you know? Well, let's put it other places, you know? Let's say, okay, you're right, not just on his legs. Let's do it on his chest, and it kind of grows out, you know, just kind of the strange, weirdo orangutank. You know, I keep saying that, but that's the best way I can say it. It's like, yeah, that's the whole idea. It's just strangeness. Drawing something we've never seen before. Ooh, and I didn't do any of that. I didn't do enough of crossing over. Everything flows together like that. I didn't do enough of crossing over to make it look, to break up that look. You know what I mean? Like if you do it all the same, well then yeah, it looks exactly the same. So that's what I'm saying. I didn't do enough crossing over. So let's maybe see if I can do something. Let's throw something in like this. Go back like that. Just to break it up, because you got to make it different so it's not exactly the same, so it doesn't look, you know, manufactured, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Because they're not all going to flow the same way, and that's where we're getting the creative, not. I was going to say creative block, but that's not the right word. The creative outlet to mix it up and make it different. All right, so here we go with the tread. I'm just going to kind of make it up in some kind of weird, and we'll see what happens, you know? So let's say his knees are kind of, there's the top of that one. And then again, we're going to do like we did there, just some kind of strange, you know, just who knows what this is, but that's why he's called the orangutan. It's just some strange, I wanted to say creativity, but just some strange way that he's grown. That, you know, they have these weird looking tread type looking legs. And so same thing with his feet. We don't know why they look like that. We're just gonna come in here and draw some of these like this. Well, this is what we want to do. Draw some toes. We'll say there's more hair coming off. That'll kind of make it a little more justified that it's orangutank. Draw some hair off this one too, and then I'm going to add some detail with the smaller Sharpie. So there's the basics of how it looks. Why it looks like that, don't know. I have no idea. But that's the creative outlet we're trying to come up with. Just no rules, basically. It's like, no, we're gonna come up with something crazy. And here I'm kind of closing off the hairlines because I've got it bunged up a little bit, you know, from the way his legs are kind of pushing all the hair in. Oh, I gotta stop, because what did I tell you before? I gotta know when to stop so I can leave color, because see, I'm doing it all in black. I'm not leaving color for any of it. So we're gonna do that, and that way we're gonna just kind of play around with, well, this is I don't know what, but that's his feet. They look very tread-like. Okay, and so let's do this. Let's just come across. Hence the tank. And the nice thing is we don't have to explain it, you know? It's just, well, that's the nature of this strange beast. And then whoever discovered him called it the orangutank. And you see also, I'm not really trying to do anything specific. I'm just kind of going across to make it look like a tread, you know? I'm not trying to hit the exact spots on each side is what I'm trying to say. Because we don't even know what this is. It's just some strange knees that he has. There you go. So there. I say we take care of the rest with color. So for creative creatures, that is an orangutank. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with HowIDraw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.